Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures, and I'm back with the final part of making this page in my vintage travel journal. And I thought I'd just start off by showing you the final result of making our little faux leather traveller's notebook. This is how it looks. It feels quite, it's a little bit crunchy, but it's actually softening the more you handle it, the softer it's feeling. And I'm really pleased with how it turned out. So I have just put a couple of eyelets in and put some sari silk through. I've just tied a piece to either side, so I think that works okay. And then just put some papers inside and sewed it down the middle, like that. That's it, just a little notebook. I could stamp something up here, I don't know if I will. I'll just trim off these fluffy bits. But what I thought I would do, so I've got that done, and I've just had it under a heavy book all night so that it would try and flatten it down a bit. It's still popping up a bit, but I think it'll flatten down with time. And I just want to put a little label on it. So I've got this label that says journal. This actually came from the one of the wedding kits that I had, and it never quite worked for me in the wedding journal, but it's perfect for this. And I thought if I back it onto this little bit of fabric, it's like I can never quite work out what to call this. It's sort of a cottony chambray. I don't know what it is. I'm sure there's a name for it, and I can't remember. I'm not sure what it is. But never mind. And I've got a couple of little brass brads that I thought I'd put through it. So I've just got my little foam board here, and I'm just going to punch a couple of holes. I thought I'll punch it right through the fabric and the label so it goes through together, and then I can stick it to the front of the little booklet. So I'm just going to poke a hole in the middle of this, try and keep it straight so that it goes, so the hole's in the right place. Won't matter too much because it'd be easy to poke a hole through again into the fabric. Right, put my little brads through. I'll have to do it one piece at a time, I think. Through the label and then through the fabric. There we are. I thought if I put the fabric behind it, then I can flatten it out and it won't show. I think if it was just the label on its own, the little prongs might stick out a little bit. Just have it, turn it around so that they're facing the right way. And flatten those down. Just getting hold of the little, getting it to open the right way. Trying to see which it's, because there's always one that's a little bit longer than the other, I think, and I'm trying to get hold of the right one. Yeah, these things are never as easy as other people make them look. And it's always the same. When you do it on camera, it takes twice as long. Normally I can do these things without too much trouble. There it goes. There we go. So that's that one. And then I've just got to do the other one. Whoop. Oh no. Where's it gone? Alright, landed on my leg. I thought for a minute that was gone for a bit and I'll have to go and find another one. Okay, so that one. I might have to poke the hole again because I think it slipped. It's not quite in the right place. Right, let's just make sure the hole is in the right place. in the fabric. Right, looks like it's just got a little bit bent up there. Come on, there's enough holes in here to choose one that actually works. Right. That's it. Got it. Okay. Right, let's just pop that on there, and that would be done. And we can get back to decorating the page we've been working on for the last couple of videos. Need to get that finished today. I topped up my Fabri-Tac bottle. It's not completely full because I was just using the last of what was in the bottle, the original bottle. So, but it is, at least it's flowing a bit better. I've got plenty on the little backs of the brads so that they stick down. Lay that down because I may need that again. Right. Want to catch that down a bit where it's sticking up. Okay. There we go. That's finished. Tie the bow. And that's going to pop into one of the pages. I don't think I'm going to use it in the pages I've been actually working on. I think I've got a place that I'm thinking I might want to put it, but it's there ready to go when I need it. So let's get back to what we were doing yesterday, which is this page here. And it just needs a bit of decoration. As you can see, I have now sewn around the outside so that it's ready to be decorated. So what I'm going to do, I think, because I don't really like this very untidy edge here, because I'm a bit anal in that way, and I don't like anything too scruffy. I know some people like to embrace the scruffy, but I'm afraid I'm not one of them. And they make it look beautiful. That's not me. Can't do it. I need to tidy up the edge. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this trim along there. So let's just put a little bit of the Fabri-Tac. So I'm basically going to cover up the stitching, but that's fine. Haven't got a problem with that. Just want to cover up where I didn't really make a very good job of doing this ruffle, really. That's what it is. Right, so I'm just going to stick it straight on and then trim it at the other end. So I think that just finishes it off, just gives it a little edge. I like this little tiny trim. It's quite useful because it would go on anything really. And it was brilliant. I mean, I've got loads of it. I've got some more as well. I've just put some of it in this little bag, and I've got some on a reel. And it was what I bought when I went to the antique store last last year antique shop that I visited, and I bought this. Didn't know what I was getting, but I must have got, I don't know, 10 yards, 10 metres, so I don't know, loads of it anyway. It's really handy. So that's the little bit across the top there. Now I had thought about putting something here, but I can't remember what it was going to be, so if I think of it I'll do it. But in the meantime I was going to put some little pearls down here, wasn't I? And they are here in my box somewhere. There they are. So I think, so I've got these as well, but I think they're not quite the colour I'm looking for. I think I want to pull out that nice bright turquoisey colour. So let's do this. I almost did it yesterday, didn't I? And then I realised in time. So it's going to be that one. Or, no, I think I'll stick with the colour, same colour, just like that. So I'm going to use this to make sure they stay put. They have a little adhesive on, but not nearly enough to stick them to fabric. It's nice to be able to use these. I've had them a long time, and as you can see I've used some, but these big ones were always too big to either go in on a scrapbook page or in one of the normal conventional style journals. You know, if I made something, put like a tag and put this on, it would just be too bulky. So it's nice to do something like this when you haven't got to worry quite so much about being bulky. Well, I may regret saying that when I put it all together, but at the moment I feel that I can build things up a bit and not worry too much. Okay, so what I need now is to make something to go into this pocket. So what I'm going to try and do with this journal is use some of the offcuts from when I made the pages. So if I pull one out, one of the... Oh, not that one, because that's not what I was talking about. No, not that one. Oh. I'll find the right one that I'm trying to demonstrate. So I've got this piece of scrapbook page, these two, and in order to get them outside I've got offcuts from the ends for all of them, and they've all been coffee dyed, because I coffee dyed them first before I cut them down. So I'm going to use some of those, I think, to make things like journal cards and tags or whatever. So I've got one cut down ready, just because I know that I'm going to take a while to get this done, and I want to do it in this one video. So I did do a bit of preparation, otherwise we'd never get finished. So I'm going to use these. Just torn out some of my magazine pages because for the glue book, my glue book pages, because they were just too big. So what I've got is, I've cut this down. This is one of the offcuts, and I've sort of cut it to the size that I want. So it just pops in here like that. You see it'll stick out, and I think that's enough. Otherwise, it's going to be too much. So I'll cut that down, and I have backed it so that it can be written on. So a bit of journaling space on the back, and then on the front, I've got the same paper. It's just from the from one of the kits, or from the kit, the Yarners Crafting Kit, the Medieval Travel World. And there's quite a few of these bits of more neutral paper, so I thought I'd use that. And I've just got to stick that on there. And then from the other kit that I bought, which is from Screech Owl Studio, which is some of the ephemera pieces, or I'm not quite sure what they are, but I thought this is quite a nice one just to pop on the front, because I've now decided she's possibly not waiting for a train. She could well be waiting for a ship, to ship her across to Pastors New. And she's looking a bit nervous about it, but that's what she's doing. And yeah, yep, that's where my brain's working. So I'm going to glue this on and then trim it down. Is this the right way up? Nope, I think it's meant to be that way up. I like this a little bit. It's a bit tricky because it's curling up where I did the other side, but let's try and get it on straight at the top, and then I can trim it. Just go right to the edge. Nope, I don't want it. I want it to go right to the edge, both sides, not just on the top. Try again. That's better. Should be using my card really, shouldn't I? Help a bit better. Right. And then trim it down. And this side. I may well do some sewing around the journal cards afterwards if I get the urge or they feel they need it. Okay, that's just the background, which I think I will just quickly ink round. Sorry about this. Just feel it just finishes them off. Although, no, I'll do that afterwards because I want to round the corners, but I don't want to do them while it's wet, so I will leave the inking for a moment. I might do that. I'll do that later. But I will just ink this. This says, according to this, she's only going to Ireland, but you never know. It might be a stepping stone to somewhere else. I thought I might get out some of my tickets because I thought tickets would be quite appropriate for a travel journal because I haven't really used tickets. I bought some one of, I think it's Artemisia's kits with loads of tickets. I don't think I've ever used them. So this could be the journal for the tickets. Pop that on there. Yeah, I've done a pretty poor job of trimming that. It looks a bit jaggedy. It's a bit better. Right, so I'm going to see if I can, I don't know if I've got any little tickets that I could just pop on the corner of there. Got a load of stamps as well that I hardly ever think to use. Here we go, look, I've got hundreds of tickets, look at them all. And I've just forget to use them, or I've never really found the right opportunity to use them. So, about this one. Oh yes, it's a deck chair ticket, that's a good idea. On the deck. Pop that across there. Maybe. Or maybe I'll put it on somewhere else. On the front of that. Whoop. Yeah, I might find a way to work that in. Let's see if I've got any others that I might, any small ones. That's a Central Fair. Right. I'll use this one as well. I need to punch the hole out. I think I need to punch a hole out of both of them actually. I know this is a bit like using a hammer to crack a nut by using this whopping great thing to help to do a little tiny hole in these tickets, but it's the easiest thing to use for me. To make a neat hole anyway. I don't have anything else really. That one. This one needs a hole right in the middle. So I've got it on the 1/8 setting, so I think that's the right size. Oh, maybe not. No, I think... yeah, I think I'll make that one. That will be alright. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Okay, let's see what have we got here. I quite like that, just across there, just something little, a bit different. So I'm going to pop that on. Because that bit might just poke out. Let's see how it looks. I just might need to trim it off a little bit. Yeah, I'll just trim that off. And this side. Okay. Put that in there, and there's the ticket poking out. It's quite nice, like that. Actually, the colours work quite well with the clock. But what I do want to do now, I'm hoping it's dry enough now to just round those corners because they're bugging me. My little corner rounder. It's quite thick now, so use a bit of welly. Oh, no, I slipped. I think I've got it. There we are. So there we have it. There's a little journaling card. And I'm going to pop that in there, like that. Just wondering if there's anything I can do with this deck chair ticket. I haven't left anything to tuck it behind now, have I? Otherwise I could have popped it somewhere. Unless I pop it up here. I might just pop it behind there, yeah. That's what I'm going to do. Alright. I've used 2 tickets. Woohoo! I'm just going to pop it there. And it also tidies up that corner. So I'm happy about that. There. Okay, so I think I'm happy with this page now. Let's go on to, just tuck it up there. There we go. Yeah. go on to the other page. Right, it's a bit of a blank canvas this. So, at the moment I've got a couple of ideas of what I'm going to do with this. I've done a little bit of preparation, but not a lot. So again, I've got one of the, where's it gone? Okay. I've lost the thing that I started working on. Where's it gone? Oh, I know what I've done with it. Oh dear. I'm losing my marbles. You know what I did with it? Because it was a bit curly after I'd stuck it down, I put it under my mat to flatten it out. So there it is. No wonder I couldn't find it. Oh dear. Anyway, so I've got this. Because I think that, you know, needs to have something decent sized at the back behind there. I think that looks quite good. So this is again one of the offcuts, and I've done it a bit like a file foldery thing, but it's going to flip up like that. So I've lined the inside with some writing paper, some coffee dyed writing paper, and this is a paper from the end of a book, you know, like a flyleaf thing of a book, which I liked. It's got a really nice soft feel to it because it's quite old. So that's the inside, and I thought we could just decorate the outside in the video. And again, I will be rounding the corners, but not until I've done the decorating. So this bit I haven't really planned. I'm just going to have to see what papers I've got that work that I can put in here. So I think I'm going to use a bit of my old map page, because I put a few bits on the on those pages where I did with book pages, but of course they're ending up getting covered up. So this way it might actually get seen. So I'm just going to tear down. I'm just going to collage some of this. I think I need to just trim this down a bit. I don't really need quite as much over the edge. Trim that. Trim those bits off. So I've got that. I think I'll use a little piece of this. Might actually go over just fold it over the top. That's what I might do. And the same with this. Take it over the top a little bit. And then you've got the top of the book sort of protected. Okay, so I've got those. I probably don't need quite as much of this one, actually. Got that and that. What else have we got? That's quite nice. Would that be enough? I bet there's going to be a gap. Yeah. Right, let's see if I can find something that will cover the whole of that space. Got a few scraps already. Oh, I like the boat, but it's probably a bit, I might put that on the other side, I don't know. maybe put that there. And then that bit over the top. I'll trim that down to fit. Or I've got this bit as well. It's a bit smaller, it might work better on that corner. Let's have a look. I've got that option too. Oh, actually that's upside down. Is it? Don't know that you'd notice. No, it is. It's got to be that way around. I might use that on the other side. Okay, let's try this. Glue page. Where's it gone? There it is. Take it up to the edge and around the top. I'd love to put it back under my mat again to get it to flatten. And then I was going to do this piece, wasn't I, next? Or was it this piece of... I'll do this bit of writing next, I think. Okay. And just tear this down a little bit because it's got a... It doesn't need to be quite as... Well, I don't know. Maybe it does. I might just ink that a bit. Take the lid off, would be a good idea. Right, and pop that there, I think. Yep. So we'll do it. Oop, knocking over my glue. Never mind, it's fine. Pop that there. Just trim these bits off the sides. Just everything's falling over, but it's okay. There. Okay, and then so I've either got this ship, and actually the blue behind it. I don't mind a little bit of blue showing because from the original, because that's that's all part of the colour scheme anyway. I actually think I might like the ship there. Just going to tear it around here. And ink it around a little bit. And I might use that and then use the bit of map on the other side. Right. That could go there. And that will look okay, I think, on there. So I might just do that. Let's fold it the other way. Okay. Like that. So then there's the benefit of coffee dyeing the scrapbooking papers in the first place, because they actually, that bit of blue around there doesn't look out of place at all. It's all part of the background, so I'm happy with that. I can get in, just trim that off. And yep. Okay, so that's the front. See how it looks. This may still have to go on there somewhere. Don't know. I might wait and use it on something else. I don't know. Okay, so that works quite nicely there. Yeah, liking that. I will need to flatten it down a bit, otherwise it's making the whole thing stick up rather a lot. But hopefully, having it under the mat for a while I'm working will flatten it down nicely. Okay, let's do the other side. Some more scraps. So, got this piece of old letter, I suppose it must be. I'll put that there because this is the back, so it doesn't need to be quite as highly decorated as the front. And I'm just wondering about where they're using this funny little fella, whether he should go on there. Not quite sure what he's meant to be, but I think I might put him on anyway. Trim off the bits because I've got a few white edges there that I didn't tear it very well, but I'll ink it and see if it looks okay. Okay. Right, so if I put that there and put my funny little fella on top, there. And then I've just got to have something across the bottom. See if I've got anything. I've got this. Maybe if he goes down here, I could put this bit at the top, which is quite nice. I've got to is just tear him across a little piece. Okay. So go there, yeah, okay, like that. And then I just need something across the bottom. Is that wide enough? No. Maybe that bit of blue edge might work. Oops. I've just got this bit of blue trim that might just be enough. Put that on first. And then, will that fit? I like that. I'm sure I can make it fit. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see if I can make that work. Okay. Glue page. Everything just gets buried underneath everything else, doesn't it? Okay, let's start off with my little bit of trim at the bottom. Slightly jaggedy, which I quite like. And then that piece next. Trim off this little, just a touch of white where the printing wasn't entirely straight. And that can go, yeah, that goes there. Okay. Right. Straight that side and straight that side. Yep. And then put him on. Now there is a little gap yet again, but it's not really going to bother me because the colour's okay. So he can go on next. Okay, let's go right up to that edge. God. I'm going to have to trim this off, it's driving me nuts. There we are. And the last bit is this piece. Just got to ink that edge. I'll just take that white piece off. There. Okay, and let's just pop that up here. Yep. Yep. All is well. Right. Good. Right, so now all I need to do, this needs a little, it's going to need a little, I need a little colour on that because I like the raggedy edge but I don't like it showing white on that side. So I'm just going to have to, what I'll do is see if it looks okay if I just colour it a bit. Then I haven't got to trim it. Alright, yes, that way round. So let's see if we can get the corners to round. I'm hoping it's not too wet. And then I can put my little tab on the bottom. I got this idea. I would have normally just levelled it up and made it the same, but then I have just been watching Roxy's weekly challenge, week 15. By the time you see this, we'll probably be on week 17, but as I'm on week 15 now, she's been making file folders. I haven't done it yet, but I thought I could do something like that with this one. Similar sort of idea. Just makes it a little different than just straight at the at the bottom. With the idea of the flip up. Okay. And there's always one that doesn't work, so on the law of averages this is going to be the one. Oh, I think it almost did, just didn't quite catch the whole thing. Okay, more inky inking. Now to see if I can find the right coloured cardstock to make my tab with from the pad. I have cut one out, but I'm not sure if it's the right colour because it's blue. Let's just ink along the top here. Let's see. Will the blue one work? I've just cut the circle out. So actually, yes, that side is also blue. They do just suggest this. I quite like that anyway. So I'm going to make that into my whale tail and put it at the bottom here. I know you've seen me do this a gazillion times because this is how I make my whale tails. Courtesy of dear Rachel. Stick it in the middle. the other one. And then just do that little bit of tidying up. Oops, didn't do that very well. And cut that corner and round that corner. And then all we've got to do, now I've got it the right way around, yeah, that's the way I wanted it. Pop it on there. So let's do it, and then that's done. And then I might have to put it back under my mat to flatten it again. Well, we have a look and see if we need to do any more decorating on that page, which I think I might do. I have a little bit of time left, about 10 minutes. I can certainly consider whether I need to put anything else on there. Put it slightly off centre, I think. So that's my little flip up journaling space. It just flips up like that. Got journal there and here, and it pops in there. Right, so in the meantime I want to see if there's any way of perhaps just zhuzhing it up a bit. I think it definitely needs a little zhuzhing. Now I did have something that I cut out for the previous, the other side, which I didn't use, which I thought I could use on this side. Of course I've probably lost it now. Let's see if I can find, there it is. So I think, if you remember, I thought about putting it here, but thought it was too matchy-matchy, and I quite like the way that's turned out. So I thought maybe it would go on here. Let's see. Yeah, I think I quite like that there. So I'm going to put that across the top there. I'm thinking about whether I can put some other fabric embellishment of some sort. I'm not sure what. And an idea is coming to me, but I don't know. I don't think I can do it in the time of this video, so I might have to start it and then finish it off camera. I don't know how it'll work out. I have to go and find the piece of fabric I have in mind first. Right. Just one moment. I tell you what, I will turn off the camera and then I won't lose any time for hunting for things. So I'll be back. I'll be right back. The piece of the fabric I was looking for was this lovely piece here. It was part of I think it was a pack of samples or something. So I've got this in different sizes, and I haven't really used any of it because it's quite a dark plummy colour, and so it hasn't really worked in any of the journals I've worked on so far. But so while I was off camera, I quickly went and made a little ruffle out of it. because I knew it would take me too long to do that on camera. I've only got haven't got long left. So, and I thought that would go quite well because it picks out the colour in the houses here. And I just thought that would be quite a nice colour to bring out. So I've got that there, which I may not use all of it there, but I thought I'd start off there. And then I had a look in my little bag. I've got a bag where I've all the bits I've cut out of the paper pad I put in here, and I had a little look. And I've had a further idea of decorating not just the background but also the journaling card. So what I think I'm going to do is this will be a bit more interesting. I've got her, you see, and I thought, oh, I could just pop her there. She looks like she's waiting for the boat as well. Yeah, go with me here. And then I wanted to put some sort of label behind her, and I've got a couple that, again, there was the front page was all labels, and I'll cut them all out. I've got this one, let your dreams be your compass, and she's holding an eyeglass, so that's not quite right. And I didn't want to cover up too much of the ship behind her, you see, so that wasn't going to work, but it might go on here. And I've got this little label here, it says let's find some beautiful place to get lost. So I thought I could put that there, and then so I did a lot. I was only gone for a few minutes, but I did a bit of thinking, and I thought, well, if I trim off a bit of that, put that up there, it will tie the two things together, and I could pin it to that. So I don't know how that's going to work. I'm going to try. It might not work too well, I don't know. But let's give it a try. This is all about playing, really, isn't it? And finding things that... So if I cut that about there. So I've got a piece to go across the bottom there, which I quite like. Because I was thinking originally of putting her here, which would also work. I still could do that. Put that there. And then I could still maybe put this up here and have this hanging down here. Let's see how that looks. I think the problem was once I put this in here, she was going to disappear. That was the problem. I remember now. That's why I decided not to put her there, because she was just going to get lost. But if I put her on the card, then she actually looks quite good there anyway. So I'm going to put her on there. That's I remembered why I wasn't going to, although I like her on the main page. Once you put the journaling card in, she's going to disappear. It's not so good. But I do have another, I've got something to put down there to be, just to finish it off. So, come on, glue. We haven't got a lot of time to mess about. This video may go somewhat over the hour. Not too much, but possibly 5 minutes. So, if you want to see it finished, stay with me. And it won't be long. I've got it in my head. It's just a case of getting it done. So, I'm going to pop her. I quite like her with her feet on the label. I think that, I don't know, I just quite like that. A bit fanciful, I know. But there we go. So she's there. Now my thought was if I put that there, then I've got a little one of these, what do they call them? Ball pins. Ball pins. If I could put that through here. I'll pin it onto here before I stick it down, I think. Is that going to work? It's getting it to lie flat, isn't it? Put that there like that. You can just about still see. Might just have it, maybe I should have it over that way a little bit more. So it kind of hangs off the side. Let's try that. Little lie flat. Put that there. Have that hanging off there like that. Yeah, that might work. Well, I've decided it's going to work like that. Let's just do that. Let's glue it on with the old Fabri-Tac, and I'll glue on the other piece of the other ruffle as well. Could have done with it just being that little bit longer, but it's just one of those things. Let me just see, that's the bottom. Okay, I think that's probably enough glue on that one. Oop. There we are. Put that there. Trim off this. Oh no, didn't need to do that. It just comes off all by itself. Okay, I've got that there and that hanging down like that. Okay, and then that goes in here. It's now a bit bulkier than it was, but I quite like that hanging there like that. And then I thought I might put this little label here. Put my bit of ruffle at the bottom. Maybe I'll have it just slightly sticking out at the side. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Okay, let's get that on. Oh, that's gone a bit thick. Okay. All right. No, not going to work for me. I have to have it going up to the side. Okay. Right, so that's there. Stretch it a bit. Get it to fit the whole space. Okay, that's fine. And, right, I've got to get that out a minute. So I'm going to put that there, and then I thought, you've probably seen him, might have seen him sitting here. I thought I might put the little cat there. It just finishes that page off then, doesn't it? Let's do that. And then I think that's this one done. It's only taken 3 videos, although most of the first video was, of course, taken up doing the Traveller's Notebook. So in theory, one video should be sufficient. 2 videos to do the double page. So I suppose the question is, do you want me to do it this way and really go through the whole process with you on camera, or would you rather I prepared the background first and then just did the decorating on camera? It's kind of whether it's something that you want to watch the whole process right from the start, because obviously it takes a while to decorate the bases, and then to cover the bases, and then add all the pockets and ephemera and stuff on top. So if you'd prefer to see me just finish it off, just let me know, and that's what I will do. and do the backgrounds first before I start. That might speed things up a bit. Whether I'll be able to do it all in one video, even then, I'm not sure. Takes a while to get these things done, but okay. I think we're there on this one. I'm going to pop that in like that. So that's like that. So she's out of sight, and then you bring her out, and there she is. I like that, actually. I do like that. Quite pleased I had the little pause when I had to come off camera, because I might not have thought of that. Okay, there we go. This one is, I will declare, done. Don't think I need to do any more to it now. So I've got that page, and I've got this page as well. Really, really different. Completely different from each other, but that's the whole thing, isn't it? Why not? They're going to be in the journal. I'll just have to make sure that's right. You can still see. Oh, the only thing I still have to do, I've still got to put the eyelets on the holes. Now that I know I'm not going to cover them up anymore, I'll put the eyelets on, but I'll do that off camera. Okay, thank you very much for joining me. Oh, I've gone really over. I'm so sorry. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm having so much fun. I just don't know when to stop. Okay, bye for now. See you soon.